Please help me welcome Bob Vander Plaats.
Thank you. Wow. It looks like 2010 could be a very good year for us, huh? Before I get into my remarks, I want to introduce a couple of people who are very, very close to me. First of all, my wife of 26 years. We met in church nursery school together. We graduated from kindergarten together, 8th grade together, high school together, college together, and I've got a deep commitment to that woman, and that is if she ever leaves me, I'm going with her. Darla Vander Plaats, there's my wife, Darla. Darla and I have been blessed with 4 boys. She argues she has 5, but we have 4. We took our youngest one along with us tonight. We have no idea where he came from, but he is ours because my parents affectionately call him Payback. Would you help me welcome Logan Vander Plaats? It is definitely an honor and a privilege to travel this state, great state, to run for the office of governor. I am humbled and inspired by so much support in all 99 counties. And I consider it an honor to run for governor along the side of men like are here tonight. This isn't about being against anybody. Like I said to a newspaper reporter in Waterloo this week, I said, I'm not running against anybody. I'm running for Iowa. I'm running for the future of Iowa. My dad used to say, Bob, if the best you have to offer is to tear somebody else down to build yourself up, you don't have much to offer. Cast a vision and have them embrace a vision, why they'd want to come along your side, and then you can earn a right to be governor. That's what we plan on doing. As we've gauged our support, organizationally and financially in the early polling numbers, we decided to formally announce our candidacy for governor on Labor Day Monday in our hometown of Sheldon, Iowa. The exploratory phase is over. We're going to be on the ballot June 8, 2010. But the reason I chose Sheldon, Iowa to announce my candidacy for governor is because that's where I was raised. By a mom and by a dad, in a church and in a school and in a community. That's where I was molded. And I wanted the people of Sheldon to know, and I wanted the people all across Iowa to know, that's where I learned my core values, and I will not walk away from my core values when I get elected governor of Iowa. You see, it was in Sheldon, Iowa, where I understood full well that we celebrate a culture of life. When somebody is lost, we will move heaven and earth to find that person. When somebody is injured or somebody is sick, we'll do whatever it takes to bring relief to that person, to bring help to that person, to bring aid to that person. And that's why I tell you tonight that as your next governor, I will celebrate and I will champion the sanctity of life from conception to natural death. It was in Sheldon, Iowa, where I had the opportunity to be raised by a mom and a dad who were deeply committed in their marriage. They had 8 children. I watched as 3 of them passed away way before their time, to where they only had 5 left, and I saw them celebrate the life that they had. I saw them go through successes and through hardships together. But I saw them persevere. I saw them persevere and have a deep commitment to marriage for 60 years. That's why when I say it, it is not a political position, it is a personal conviction. Marriage is one man, one woman, period. It was in school at Sheldon Christian Grade School and Hall Western Christian High School, Mr. DeVries and Mr. Viss. It was being the high school principal at Sheldon High School, Mr. Bauer and Mr. Chambers. And I listened to them talk about the separation of powers and how a republic is supposed to operate and how it's supposed to work. I fully understand that we have a separation of powers. We have a legislative branch that makes the law. We have an executive branch that executes the law. And we have a supreme or a judicial branch that interprets the law and offers opinion only. But when you have a Supreme Court that goes outside of its bounds, that goes outside of its jurisdiction, that legislates from the bench, that executes from the bench, and that attempts to amend the Constitution from the bench, I fully understand that as governor, something needs to be done. And that's why on day one, not on day two, not on day three, not on day 89, not on day in a year, not on day I'll think about it sometime, on day one, as your next governor, I will issue an executive order that places a stay on same-sex marriages until the people of Iowa have a right to vote on the definition of marriage. And you're right, this is a leadership position. The governor is the leader of the state. He's the servant of the state. But I would ask anybody running for governor this: if you won't take a stand for marriage, if you won't take a stand for the separation of powers, what hill are you willing to die on? Will it be the tax break for the blue bicycle? We need a leader that will stand up for marriage and will stand up for the separation of powers. And as your next governor, I promise I'll do both of those. Some of you have recognized in my time across the great state of Iowa that Vander Plaats is a little bit Dutch. Yeah, be careful here. Be careful. Is a little bit Dutch. And I got to be around a dinner table of a mom and a dad who could